Cinema is not just about storytelling, it is about spectacle. And in the world of filmmaking, some spectacles come with astronomical price tags. Today we are diving into 5 of the most expensive films ever made, exploring what made them so costly and whether the investment paid off. Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, 2011. Estimated budget, $379 million. Studio, Walt Disney Pictures. Director, Rob Marshall. Topping the list, On Stranger Tides, the 4th installment in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, holds the record as the most expensive film ever made. Adjusted for inflation, the cost may even exceed $400 million. The budget ballooned due to extensive use of 3D filming, international locations including Hawaii, London, and Los Angeles, and generous back-end payments to its star, Johnny Depp. Visual effects, elaborate pirate ships, ocean scenes, and extended production timelines all contributed to the massive cost. Despite mixed reviews, the film earned over $1 billion worldwide, proving that even risky investments can pay off in Hollywood. Avengers, Age of Ultron, 2015. Estimated budget, $365 million. Studio, Marvel Studios, Walt Disney Studios. Director, Joss Whedon. As the sequel to 2012's The Avengers, Age of Ultron was under intense pressure to raise the stakes, and the budget certainly reflected that. A significant portion of the costs went into visual effects, which included some of the most complex CGI battle sequences at the time. Marvel also paid top-tier salaries to its expanding cast of stars, including Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, and Chris Evans. Add in global shooting locations across South Korea, South Africa, Italy, and the United Kingdom, along with marketing expenses, and the film's budget soared. It ultimately grossed $1.4 billion, securing its place as both a financial and cultural success. Avengers Endgame, 2019. Estimated budget, $356 million. Studio, Marvel Studios, Walt Disney Studios. Directors, Anthony and Joe Russo. The epic conclusion to the Infinity Saga, Avengers Endgame, was not just a film, it was a cinematic event. And events do not come cheap. The production cost was driven by the all-star cast of nearly every Marvel character introduced over the previous decade. Salaries, reshoots, custom sets, and revolutionary visual effects, including time travel sequences and massive CGI battles, contributed to the high budget. With a global box office of nearly $2.8 billion, Endgame became the highest-grossing film of all time, until it was later overtaken by a re-release of Avatar. Financially and emotionally, it delivered. Justice League, 2021, Zack Snyder's cut. Estimated budget, total including reshoots, over $370 million. Studios, Warner Brothers Pictures, DC Films. Director, Zack Snyder, original and Snyder cut. While the 2017 theatrical release of Justice League cost around $300 million, the additional $70 million invested in Zack Snyder's 2021 director's cut brings the total budget to over $370 million. The original production suffered from reshoots, creative clashes, and the tragic departure of Zack Snyder, whose vision was later restored following fan campaigns. The 2021 Snyder Cut included entirely new scenes, updated effects, and extended sequences. Though it was released on HBO Max and did not receive a traditional theatrical run, it gained massive attention and further boosted subscriptions for the streaming service. Avatar: The Way of Water, 2022. Estimated budget, $350 million to $460 million. Studio, 20th Century Studios, Disney. Director, James Cameron. James Cameron's long-awaited sequel to Avatar was one of the most ambitious undertakings in cinematic history. Filmed alongside its sequels, The Way of Water involved cutting-edge underwater motion capture technology, advanced CGI ecosystems, and years of development. Although exact figures are debated, estimates place the cost between $350 million and $460 million, making it possibly the most expensive film in raw production terms. Released more than a decade after the original, the film earned over $2.3 billion worldwide, proving once again that James Cameron knows how to turn high-risk projects into box office gold. These 5 films represent the peak of modern cinematic investment, each a high-stakes gamble fueled by cutting-edge technology, massive talent pools, and global ambitions. While the risks were monumental, most of these projects redefined what blockbuster cinema could achieve. In the end, these movies were not just expensive, they were statements. And in Hollywood, sometimes making a statement is worth every cent